Hello, and it's me, I'm back. And so this sewing segment, I am going to be enclosing my sleeve. This is going to be a short one because it's already 9 o'clock and I need to get this one piece done and head to bed. So to enclose my seam, this is the outside, here's the inside. I am going to sew wrong sides together. Usually when sewing, you sew right sides together, but I'm going to do the wrong side. And I'm not going to do any pinning because I already have 2 long videos out there. I'm going to go ahead and get this done. Let's stick my way up to the top. And I'm really going to do, like less. So I'm going to put it on the, up against the foot, which would be 1/4. But I have my stitch over 4.4. It's set at 4.4. So if it was center, let me see, it would be 3.5. So I actually go over to 5. And that gives me a very narrow seam allowance. I'm going to make sure my notches are marked. Not marked, but matched. Grab here. Okay. And my iron is heating up. I'm going to cut my thread tails here at the bottom and at the top, making sure I don't pull out my thread tacks whenever I set my sleeve. Then I'm going to turn this wrong side out, because now this is the wrong side. I'm going to get my sleeve board. I want to press this seam nice and flat. That's good. I'm not worrying about burning my fabric because this is the inside of the fabric, the wrong side. Now I'm going to take that very flat seam and I'm going to, oh, you know what? Almost forgot. 2 things. First thing I need to do is mark my seam allowance for 5/8. So I just take the very end here, mark it 5/8, and I put a pin there. So that's how much more I have to close up. And then I still have to, scissors, there we go, trim the seam allowance here. because you don't want this seam to poke out through your finished seam. And I have done that. So while I'm doing this, remember I'm keeping my hand under here to guide my scissors so I do not accidentally snip my actual sleeve. But earlier today, I was listening to a podcast. As I said before, I will not mention who they are because they're pretty bad, and I'm addicted to watching stupidity. And it was this guy. He was telling guys that, you know, they have to when they want a woman, they gotta make sure that they get one that's worth their money, you know, and don't buy her a car. He said don't buy her a car, but that you buy the car. It's the company car, and as long as she is, I won't use his words exactly, I'll just say comparable words. So as long as you're behaving, you can have the car, you can have the cell phone, you can have access to the bank account, as long as you're behaving. And then when she doesn't want to do right, you send her on her way, get all your stuff back, and then, let me pause here so I know where my, oh, it's right there. So then I put a pin here, indicating my seam allowance. I'm closing this up. And then, when you send her on her way, you find her replacement, and when she comes calling back talking about she needs some money, send her a picture. Listen to this. Send her a picture of the new girl in the car that she drove, stating, "Let me ask her." I don't know what kind of woman. Oh Lord. All right, so here's my seam allowance. So now that I'm looking at this, so I'm at a 1, 2, 3/4. That's my new stitch line. So I'm going to go ahead and reset this. Do I have 3/4 on here? I don't. But oh, 3/4. Okay. I have. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my seam on the 4. What is that? 4/8. I don't know why it just doesn't say half. And I am going to move this needle to where it should be. There we go. Yeah, and so apparently women don't, well, they don't even call them women. Call them females. That's weird. That's not weird. I just think that's just ignorant. Said females don't want to own the car. Look, my car is in my name. My car is in my name. I don't know where these men are gonna find making $40,000 a year, you're not going to find, first of all, you're not buying a company car because you don't have a company. And if you're making $40,000 a year, you don't have the money to buy her a nice sports car, pay for that, and pay for her cell phone. You just don't have it. You don't have it. I find it interesting that you know, that people do these videos talking about their teaching success, and they're in, ow, damn, yeah, I went to go cut my thread and I broke my thumb. Damn, that hurt. But there's all this anonymity. You know, that's like someone trying to teach someone to sew, but they don't know how to sew. You giving relationship advice when you can spend 3 to 4 hours live streaming means that you don't have a relationship. Because no man making serious money, having his own business is going to be live streaming for 3 hours. I can't even watch 3 hours, let alone record 3 hours of just talking to. No, well, that's how it is out here in these YouTube streets. But hey, I say make your money. If that's how you are making your money, now I'm going to press my seam to the back. If that's how you are making your money, I say do it. And if people want to follow that advice, I say go with it. You know, I don't consider myself a sewing teacher yet, but people watch my videos, I'm happy. Okay, let me press my seam on the underside. I thought I read somewhere that you don't, or maybe it was the underside of full pants. I don't know. I'll just let you press. I don't remember. All right. So I have 2 sleeves done. So now, remember that opening? Remember there was the turning in the 5/8 on the edge, and then this pleat right here. So that is the sleeve. So what I'm going to do now, not the pleat. I'm not going to bother the pleat, but I am going to, what am I going to do? I'm not going to do it on video, but normally when you make the shirt, you want to close out this vent, you would just top stitch up the side, across, and then back down. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it by hand underneath, and I'm going to do a slip stitch probably. So there's not going to be any stitches on the outside, and I just think that that's going to give it a really good nice look, I think, in my opinion. So that is it for this sewing segment. I am going to be heading out of town soon for the weekend, and so I'm not sure if I'm going to have my shirt done before the weekend's out. So it might be sometime next week. So it'll probably be a couple more videos. So this is number 4 in this series. So anyways, that is it for now. Happy sewing. Bye, friends.